Hi there! Today, we're embarking on a captivating journey as we step back in time to explore the legendary TV series Mork and Mindy. I'm sure many of you hold fond memories of this classic show. Mork and Mindy is a timeless gem that has left an indelible mark on television history. Join us as we relive the magic, revisiting the movies with the entire cast then and now. We'll uncover the original identities and ages of the talented actors from the show and witness how they've transformed in the year 2024. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of Mork and Mindy. Number 1. Robin Williams as Mork. With a talent for spot-on impressions and a knack for practical jokes, Mork keeps audiences on their toes, guaranteeing a hilarious surprise at every turn. As an innocent abroad, Mork's insatiable curiosity becomes the fuel for his comedic fire. He's on a mission to unravel the intricacies of Earth and the delightful complexities of human behavior. From famous personalities to lifestyle choices, Mork comically dissects it all, providing a fresh perspective that will have you simultaneously chuckling and pondering. A consistent audience favorite since he burst onto the small screen as a red-suited alien from planet Ork in 1978, the irrepressible and irreverent Robin Williams fittingly enjoyed one of Hollywood's most unique and long-lasting careers. His classical Juilliard dramatic training, coupled with his unequaled talents for improvisation, led to award-winning roles as outrageous comic characters in Mrs. Doubtfire and The Birdcage, as well as subtle and well-observed dramatic figures in The World According to Garp, 1982, The Fisher King, 1991, and Good Will Hunting, 1997. Williams also maintained a reputation as one of the top stand-up comics in the history of the medium for his hyperkinetic act, which seemingly followed his every stray thought into energetic riffs and tangents, as well as employing a spot-on mimicry of people of all stripes. Although the actor and comedian, who had long been upfront about his personal demons, had been battling severe depression for some time, his suicide on August 11, 2014, stunned his longtime friends and fans. Williams married his third wife, graphic designer Susan Schneider, on October 22, 2011, in St. Helena, California. The two lived at their house in Seacliff, San Francisco, California. Mork was played by Robin Williams when he was 26 years old. Sadly, Williams was found dead in his home in Paradise Cay, California, on August 11, 2014. The final autopsy report, released in November 2014, concluded that Williams' death was a suicide resulting from asphyxia due to hanging. He was 63 years old. Number 2. Pam Dober as Mindy McConnell. Mindy McConnell is full of compassion, sweetness, and forgiveness, even in the face of Mork's constant misunderstandings. She takes a personal stake in Mork's well-being, becoming his guide and sacrificing a conventional life with little expectation in return. Mindy's curiosity is boundless, allowing her to be forthright about her beliefs and stand up for them, even if a hint of nervousness creeps in when facing authority or the unknown. Although Pam Dober harbored hopes of a career as a musical comedy star, she found her niche on television. Born and raised in Michigan, the tall, vivacious beauty began her career as a model and appeared in several print and broadcast advertisements. After making her stage debut in the lead in the Goodspeed Opera House revival of Sweet Adeline, 1977, Dober landed her first feature role as the former girlfriend of the groom, who makes a memorable entrance astride a horse in Robert Altman's A Wedding, 1977. She then landed a leading role in a busted ABC pilot Sister Terry, but the network suits were impressed enough to offer her the star-making role of Mindy to Robin Williams' quirky alien in the hit sitcom Mork and Mindy. Dober had the difficult task of playing straight woman to Williams and his zany improvisations, but she brought a certain charm to the role. Once the characters were married, however, the magic seemed to dissipate, amid rumors of dissension between the stars, and ABC pulled the plug on the show. Mindy McConnell played by Pam Dober when she was 27 years old, and now she is 72 years old. Number 3. Ralph James as Orson from the get-go. Orson's interactions with Mork unfold a tapestry of emotions, irritation, annoyance, and even flashes of anger. However, as their relationship evolves, so does Orson's capacity for genuine concern and care. Though primarily serving as a conduit for Mork's reports and experiences, Orson's personality is no one-note wonder. Ralph James lent his voice to various characters in Looney Tunes, and notably portrayed Mr. Turtle in the Tootsie Pops commercials that aired throughout the 1970s. From 1978 to 1982, he voiced the character Orson, who served as Mork's boss on the planet Ork in Mork and Mindy, a Happy Days spin-off. Additionally, he contributed character voices to the Pink Panther cartoon shorts. In the realm of live acting, James made appearances in several films, including Big Bad Mama, 1974, where he played a sheriff, Capone, 1975, taking on the role of Judge H.B. Wilkerson, and Six Pack Annie, 1975, where he portrayed Ace. Orson played by Ralph James when he was years old. Sadly, on March 14, 1992, James died at the age of 67 in Beverly Hills, California, with unspecified cause. Number 4. Conrad Janice as Fred McConnell. Fred's life is centered around two primary passions: his daughter and music. The harmonies of classical music and the lively melodies of jazz bring him solace and joy, fueling his soul and igniting his passion. Despite his more formal life and style, Fred doesn't escape playful teasing from both his mother-in-law and even Mork. Nevertheless, he takes it all in good humor, displaying a delightful sense of wit. Conrad Janice, a multi-talented individual, was primarily known for his acting and theater work, but also garnered respect as a jazz trombonist. He commenced his acting career in motion pictures during the mid-1940s and transitioned to television in the 1950s. Throughout the ensuing decades, Janice took on various bit parts on television shows such as The Untouchables, Get Smart, Beretta, and Happy Days. However, his most notable role came as Frederick McConnell in Mork and Mindy, which aired from 1978 to 1982 and served as Robin Williams's breakthrough. Post Mork and Mindy, Janice continued to make brief appearances on television programs like The Golden Girls, Highway to Heaven, Diagnosis Murder, and Frasier. He also had sporadic roles in movies such as Mr. Saturday Night, The Gods Must Be Crazy Awful, The Cable Guy, and Bad Blood, The Hunger. Fred McConnell played by Conrad Janice when he was 50 years old. Sadly, Janice died aged 94 on March 1, 2022, in Los Angeles. His death was announced by his business manager, Dean A. Avedon. Number 5. Tom Poston as Mr. Bickley's like a wizard with words, crafting beautiful sentiments that hit you right in the feels. Funny thing is, when it comes to his own feelings, he takes the long road and sometimes pretends everything's fine. In the land of emotions, Bickley found his groove as a greeting card writer, weaving words that touch others' hearts. But in his own emotional journey, it's a bit like a stumble and fumble marathon, showing that even the wordsmiths have their tangled moments. A tall, everyman actor with drooping eyes that somehow want to reveal more than one would think at first glance, Tom Poston has had a lengthy career on stage and TV, often on panel shows, often playing slow-witted characters who can surprise with their bursts of logic and intelligence. In the 1980s and 90s, Poston was often seen as a sidekick to Bob Newhart, Tim Conway, and others. But it would probably surprise many to know that Poston began his career on Broadway in the José Ferrer production of Cyrano de Bergerac, a role that Poston later played on several occasions. Poston had a pre-fame first marriage that ended in divorce. His second wife was film actress Jean Sullivan. Their daughter, Francesca Poston, also became an actress. He had 2 other children by third wife, Kay, who was 22 years his junior, son Jason and daughter Hudson. They divorced in 1975, but remarried in 1980 and remained together until her death at age 54 in 1998 from ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. Mr. Bickley played by Tom Poston when he was 58 years old. Sadly, after a brief illness, Poston died of respiratory failure on April 30, 2007, in Los Angeles, California. He was 85 years old. Number 6. J. Thomas as Remo da Vinci. Remo da Vinci, a force of confidence, cockiness, and steadfast opinions. A dedicated, hard-working man with deep family values, Remo is the living embodiment of tradition and unwavering loyalty to his loved ones. Yet, beneath his admirable qualities, Remo's old-fashioned beliefs and occasional sexist tendencies create friction with the ever-evolving modern world, sparking conflicts with both his sister and Mindy. J. Thomas was an American disc jockey and actor who was best known for his roles in Mork and Mindy, Murphy Brown, and Mr. Holland's Opus. After college, he worked as a disc jockey for a number of smaller stations in the South before receiving his first big break when he was asked to be a DJ for a top 40 station in New York City. Thomas was a familiar voice to radio listeners all across the Big Apple in the late 1970s. With his radio career in full swing, Thomas received an offer to appear as a recurring character alongside Robin Williams on Mork and Mindy. It was an offer he couldn't refuse, and with that, he packed his bags and moved to Los Angeles. Thomas played Remo da Vinci on the series from 1979 to 1981, all the while continuing to serve as a DJ for top 40 stations in sunny Southern California. Then, in 1989, Thomas landed his breakout role as Jerry on Murphy Brown. He appeared intermittently on the series from 1989 through 1998 and went on to win 2 Primetime Emmys for his performance. Thomas continued acting throughout the 90s and well into the 2010s, with his more notable roles including Mr. Holland's Opus, The Santa Claus 2, 2002, and Ray Donovan. After leaving radio to focus on his acting in the early 90s, Thomas returned to the mic in 2005 with his own weekly radio program on Sirius XM. Remo da Vinci played by J. Thomas when he was 31 years old. Sadly, Jay died of throat cancer at the age of 69 on August 24, 2017, surrounded by his family in Santa Barbara, California. Number 7. Gina Hecht as Jean da Vinci. Jeannie's heart journey is a roller coaster of relatable and poignant moments. She's been through the complexities of relationships, navigating the storm of a tumultuous involvement with a married man. This encounter unveils the vulnerability and inner turmoil she grapples with, as she finds herself drawn to someone who briefly boosts her self-esteem. In matters of the heart, Jeannie's story is a mix of universal struggles and the deeply personal nuances of love and self-discovery. Hecht had a TV role on Mork and Mindy for 2 years until 1981, and had a film role in Night Shift in 1982. She had a role in St. Elmo's Fire, St. Elsewhere in 1985, had a recurring role in Everything's Relative in 1987, and had a recurring in Heartbeat for a year until 1989. She had a recurring role on Seinfeld for 1 year until 1993, had a recurring role on The District for 5 episodes for 3 years until 2003, and had recurring role on Glee for 3 episodes in 2009 and 2012. She married Brian Herskowitz in 1988. Jean da Vinci played by Gina Hecht when she was 26 years old, and now she is 70 years old. Number 8. Jim Stahl as Nelson Flavor. Introducing Nelson Flavor, the quintessential uptight, straight-laced, and stuffed shirt individual. As a manufacturer of attaché cases, Nelson's universe revolves around the business realm and his aspirations for a political career. Ambition courses through his veins, fueling dreams of ascending to the highest echelons of power as the Vice President of the United States. However, despite his relentless pursuit of political success, Nelson finds himself struggling to gain the traction needed to make a lasting mark. Jim Stahl showcased his versatile talents by performing and writing for a diverse range of variety shows, featuring notable personalities such as Steve Allen, Sid Caesar, Martin Mull, Steve Martin, and Marty Short. As a co-head writer, he contributed to shows starring John Candy, Mike Myers, Howie Mandel, Fred Willard, and Louis Anderson. In 1982, he served as a writer on the Steve Martin-led anthology skit show Twilight Theater, which featured Pam Dober. Jim Stahl also took on the role of star and co-head writer for his own series, Laugh Tracks. Beyond television, he extended his writing skills to various animation series for major studios such as Disney, Sony Wonder, Warner Brothers, Film Roman, DIC, and DreamWorks. His notable work includes co-writing multiple episodes for the Emmy Award-winning Disney series Teacher's Pet, 2004. In the realm of feature films, Stahl has writing credits for productions like Here Come the Munsters, 1995, The Beverly Hillbillies, 1993, Under Surveillance, 1991, Star Kid 2, and Blow Hard. Nelson Flavor played by Jim Stahl when he was 32 years old, and now he is 76 years old. Number 9. Elizabeth Kerr as Cora Hudson. Cora's music taste is here to rock your world. While some may lean towards classical melodies, Cora dives headfirst into the modern guitar-driven world of rock and disco. Picture her jamming on her electric guitar or gracefully playing the piano, all while belting out tunes from the likes of Alice Cooper. In the symphony of Cora's world, it's all about the vibrant beats and electric vibes that make your heart groove. Kerr embarked on her acting journey at the Pasadena Playhouse, where she secured a role after her first audition, marking the start of her professional career within 2 years. Her Broadway debut unfolded in Angel in the Pawn Shop, 1951, and she went on to accumulate credits in other Broadway productions such as The Conquering Hero, 1961, Redhead, 1959, and The Righteous Are Bold, 1955. Kerr extended her reach by participating in national tours of numerous plays and engaging in regional theatrical productions. In the television realm, Kerr portrayed Mother Elliott in The Betty White Show and took on the role of Cora Hudson in Mork and Mindy. Beyond acting, Kerr delved into producing plays. She laid the foundation for the Glendale Civic Theater in 1947 and initiated the Resident Theater in North Hollywood in 1952. Additionally, she took on a directorial role at the Resident Theater. Cora Hudson played by Elizabeth Kerr when she was 66 years old. Kerr died of a natural cause on January 13, 2000, aged 87, in Long Beach, California. Number 10. Robert Donner as Exidor. Exidor, a character whose sanity takes a back seat to wild mood swings. One moment he's grumpy and grouchy, making those around him tread carefully. Yet the next he can be generous and charming, dashing and romantic, only to pivot to acerbic and sexist quips. It's a roller coaster with Exidor, where emotional contrasts are the norm. Surprisingly, despite his unpredictable nature, Exidor rarely turns away anyone in need, always attempting to assist, regardless of how he feels about the matter. While never achieving star status or even top billing in the many films he appeared in, Robert Donner's face is very recognizable as a popular character actor of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Raised in New Jersey and Texas, Donner wound up in Los Angeles after a stint in the Navy. He was working odd jobs when his neighbor, Clint Eastwood, suggested that he try his hand at acting. Gaunt with heavy eyes and angular features, Donner's distinctive look made him easy to cast as menacing bad guys or comic heavies. He debuted in Rio Bravo with John Wayne and also appeared in the films El Dorado and Rio Lobo, and on TV in Rawhide, Laredo, The Big Valley, and Bonanza. As the trend in the 70s switched from westerns to crime dramas, Donner went along, playing on episodes of The Mod Squad, Adam 12, and S-Waity. Still, he remained close to his Western roots, working with Eastwood in High Plains Drifter in 1973. Some of his more memorable television roles were as Yancey Tucker on The Waltons and the weird Exidor on Mork and Mindy. He slowed down in the 90s, but did find time to take a starring role on the 1995 series Legend. Donner was just as well known in the Los Angeles celebrity community as he was on screen as an avid golfer, fundraiser, and popular corporate speaker in the Hollywood area. Exidor was played by Robert Donner when he was 47 years old. Sadly, he died of a heart attack at the age of 75 on June 8, 2006, in Sherman Oaks, Los Angeles, California. Number 11. Jonathan Winters as Mirth McConnell, the alien child born to Mork and Mindy. Hailing from the Orcan species, Mirth comes equipped with unique abilities and characteristics that set him apart. His arrival on Earth introduces a fresh dynamic to Mork and Mindy's lives as they embark on the adventure of raising an extraterrestrial child, navigating the challenges and joys that come with this interstellar addition to the family. One of the most unique and unbridled comic talents of the late 20th century, Jonathan Winters was less of a performer and more of a force of nature whose mind zipped from characters and scenarios with astonishing speed and creativity. A major influence on stream of consciousness comics like Robin Williams, George Carlin, and Patton Oswalt, Winters presented a singularly off-kilter view of the world through appearances on stage, in motion pictures, and in numerous television appearances. The entertainment industry could rarely find a worthy project for him, but he soldiered on into his 8th decade, still possessing one of the most formidable improvisational talents in the world. Mirth played by Jonathan Winters when he was 56 years old. Winters died of natural causes on the evening of April 11, 2013, in Montecito, California, at the age of 87. Number 12. Jeffrey Jacquet as Eugene. With a ton of initiative and drive, Eugene tackles odd jobs at the store and around town, like delivering Christmas trees. Despite his young age, he carries himself with a knowing attitude, enjoying the company of Mork because he treats him as an equal and engages in conversations at an adult level. However, Eugene's quick to remind Mork that he's only 10 and doesn't have all the answers. Jeffrey Jacquet initiated his career in 1978 with roles in the films Return from Witch Mountain and Blood Brothers. During the same year, he portrayed Eugene in the first season of Mork and Mindy. Eugene was a 12-year-old friend of Mork, taking violin lessons from Cora, Mindy's grandmother. However, Jacquet's tenure on Mork and Mindy concluded after the first season when the network urged a change in direction, aiming to introduce friends for Mork closer to his age. This decision, which the cast and crew deemed a mistake, led to Jacquet's departure from the show. Following his time on Mork and Mindy, Jacquet ventured into various projects, including appearances on Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, and Our House. He also featured in the film Holy Moses, before taking on the roles of Jeremy Saldino in both Simon & Simon and a lead cast member in Whiz Kids. In recent years, Jacquet has made a return to the entertainment field, serving as the second assistant director on movies like Invincible, 2020, and Intercept, pre-production. Additionally, he co-produced the film Shark Huntress, 2021. Eugene played by J. Jeffrey Jacquet when he was 12 years old, and now he is 57 years old. Number 13. Patrick Cranshaw as Jake Loomis. Jake, the epitome of curmudgeonly, grouchy, and fairly misanthropic. He's not one to care about much, except for one thing: doing his job. Jake is so fiercely dedicated to his work that he's more than willing to go to extremes, even threatening anyone who might dare to take it away from him. Distinguished by his grandfatherly mean and dry delivery, Cranshaw became a steadily working supporting player, usually delivering laughs as a befuddled old-timer. In director Christopher Guest's acclaimed mockumentary Best in Show, The actor managed to comically steal scenes with little more than a dazed expression. Playing the vegetative millionaire owner of a prize-winning poodle, Cranshaw attained cult status with his role in the hit Will Ferrell, Luke Wilson comedy Old School, in which his oldest frat boy ever, Blue, is memorialized by frat brother Frank the Tank with the movie's oft-quoted line, "You're my boy, Blue." Cranshaw reached an even younger generation with his appearances in several kiddie features, including 2 of Disney's direct-to-video Air Bud sequels as bumbling Sheriff Bob. Jake Loomis, played by Patrick Cranshaw, when he was 59 years old. Cranshaw died of pneumonia at his Fort Worth, Texas home, aged 86. As we reflect on the incredible journey of the Mork and Mindy cast from 1978 to 1982, witnessing their growth and transformations, it's evident that the bond forged during those years has left an enduring legacy. From thrilling highway pursuits to heartwarming moments, these actors brought the California Highway Patrol to life. Their stories continue to resonate with fans around the world. As we explore their then and now, we celebrate the enduring impact of Mork and Mindy. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic trip down the California highways with the remarkable Mork and Mindy cast of yesteryear.